like men and women meant to be together in order to raise a family. And the fact that we as people think that we can bring our children without the father being around just shows, kind of corruption and the kind of basically mental slavery that we are in, because we're still thinking about in that kind of, in that kind of environment. We're still thinking back when we were slaves, basically, because the father wasn't around then.
Hi.
And now we're still carrying that into our families and into our lives, which is wrong, basically. We need the father and the mother to raise a child.
Yeah, this is Paulie here, yeah? What you're saying is, okay, it's against nature and stuff, but I'm sure you've been watching the news and everything else, which is going through the papers, and it's saying that you genetically born babies now, that they want to have, like lesbians can have children without the fathers, so you don't even need the fathers around. So what would you say about that?
Well, I disagree, basically, because I think the father makes a big contribution in a family's life in terms of being a role model. Even if you're raising a girl up into being a woman, she needs to have a man in the house so she can see a role model in terms of how her mother treats the father, you see, so that when she grows up she can build a similar relationship with other men.
Alright, sister, it seems like the underlying thing to all of the stuff that we're talking about is kind of the mindset, yeah? And, I heard you mentioned that you've got an organisation about education. Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is Ade Shakoya here, right? I'm from an organisation, 100 Black Men of London. I just wanted to ask you, as somebody who's got an organisation whereby you're trying to educate people, one of the biggest problems I wanted to know if you have this problem, and also if you could suggest a way that we might go about it, which is, okay, great, we talk about the mindset, yeah, and we talk about mental slavery, but for a lot of people, they're like, boy, you know what, I got a job, I got a degree, I got a mortgage, I don't see nothing affecting me. What would you say to these people? Because they can't see it, back in the times of slavery, okay, we had the chains and the whips so we could see it, but now it's on a subtle level, it's a mindset, For a lot of people, they can't see the enemies as far as they can say, it don't exist. How do we, what do you reckon? What can we do to override that?
That's the thing, that's a very good question. I'm sure all black organisations face the same problem, because most of our brothers and sisters out there don't believe that there is a problem, let alone to devise a solution for it. So, what can we do about that? All we can do is, just basically keep on doing what we're doing, and hopefully they will come around in time, because it's a process, you see. Someone will say, oh yeah, you're right, straight away. But in time, when they learn more and when they know more, then they'll begin to understand and basically see what's going on around them.
I hear you, sister, but I'm in some ways an impatient person. Yeah, they say wisdom and patience goes together. I'm working on both of them, to be quite honest. But anyway, you say time, but for me, I feel like, how much time do we really have? Whether or not you want to believe it's by design or by nature, in Africa people are dying from AIDS. Where it came from is, and we've seen what's happening in Katrina now. How much time do we have as a people to sort it out before we're isolated and left alone?
With that, there is a question of time, obviously, because we don't really have that much time, because we are basically, you see, people dying everywhere, left, right, and centre.
It's true.
So perhaps what we have to do is that, we need to try to bring along as many people as we can amongst ourselves, but we also need to concentrate on building our own things in terms of building for the community, even though, most of the community might not understand. We need to go forward with the people that we can. You see what I'm saying?
Cool. Sister, do you have a pen on you? Pen and paper?
Yes, I do have a pen and paper.
Okay, if you take down this, make sure you got it down. It's X.
Sorry?
X. P O.
X.
P O.
P O.
P for Peter, O for Orange,
Yeah.
Z,
Z
U-R-E,
U-R-E.
at hotmail.com. If you make sure you write to me, put your email address, so it's going to come back to me anyway. Put your address so I can send you out an invitation for the show that takes place on the 27th, because then your opinion will be valid then also. Okay?
Okay.
All right, but thank you for coming on the show today.
No problem.
Okay, bye now.
See you. Bye.
Oh, thank you so much for that, sis. You know what, bro? Because we're gonna have to like tie up real soon. You know, we've only got a few minutes left. People, 07961633355. 07961633355. You want to kind of get your last point in via live call or text. We've got a couple of minutes left. We can just squeeze you in if you phone up real quick or text up real quick. 07961633355. And you know what, brother Ade was saying, what's the solution, what have you, and it seems like one of the consistent running messages tonight is definitely basically getting a basis of knowledge, whether that's a basis of knowledge of the court system, the legal system, whether that's a basis of knowledge of yourself, culturally, historically. Personally, I think it has to be a holistic approach of all of that knowledge to be able to deal with this situation. You need knowledge of yourself and who you are. So even if you are in a situation, you're definitely not going to make it that same mistake again, because you're going to approach a relationship from a whole different value point and value system, because you know what you are worth, and you know what you went through wasn't worth what you are valued at. So you're going to meet somebody that's going to be reflecting that value system, and it's going to be dealing with things on a principled way. You need to get yourself a foundation. We touched on this last week. If you're in this situation at the moment and there's conflict between you and your ex-partner and they will not allow you to see the children, you need to know the legal situation of what you're dealing with. Because to just get all emotional and rah and boy and I wish she was dead and that's not going to help the child, man. That's not going to help the child at all. So what you need to do is hook up with a brother Paulie, because he has
information. Now, what I don't understand is why we don't have more men on the phone calling in. Yeah, they know they have the problem. You know that they're listening to the show because you see them on the street and they say to you, yeah, the show was good, but yet they didn't phone in and answer information. Well, you got a choice. You can get down to this place, or you can stay silent and watch your child and when they're 16 or 15 come to you as a drug addict or something, locked up in jail, and the mother's coming up to you and saying, hey, you got to look after this kid, or you got to put some money towards him, and you don't know him. Yeah, get to know him, get to know her. Okay, my email address is xpozure, that's xpozure at hotmail.com. Get your invitation. Get down to the Black Men and Fatherhood. You'll get to see all the other people down there. Family Needs Fathers, who you can get more information from. Fathers for Justice. We don't want you to hook up with them, but they've got good information for you to know. We are black men. They are a load of white men doing what they have to do.
exchanging information.
Yeah, but we're exchanging information. I don't expect 20 black men to go and storm the bank, because I'll probably see you in the paper the next day getting shot. I don't expect a black man with dreadlocks jumping up the Buckingham Palace, yeah, with two other guys calling themselves Blade, Meteor Man, and Falcon, yeah, from whoever. Yeah, I do not expect that, because you would be put away or you'd be shot. I do not expect a black man to be hanging off the Tower Bridge like a white man had and get away with it the following day, because I swear I would see you, yeah, inside a mental hospital. Yeah, they will put you away. Any kind of activist job, they will lock you up and you won't do no justice for your son. Let the white people do it because they get away with it. It's their country. Yeah,
let them disrupt
we get the information and we do what we have to do. Okay, but on another note, just so it's quick, just in case you do not get down to this black man, I shouldn't even really tell you, because you should get down there. Yeah, it's a free event. All you have to do is do an email, yeah, or call me 079. I was about to read your number out. 078 998 557. Here's the thing, okay? Just so quickly, because we're gonna go to wrap up. when a woman gets pregnant, it's not only her who gets pregnant. The man also gets pregnant. So don't get it confused. Yeah. Men get pregnant for a simple fact is that they start thinking differently. When they go to sleep, they start thinking about they got to be a warrior or something. They have dreams that they never had before. You can do research by just logging onto the computer, typing Google and just typing men pregnant, and it will tell you information that you need to know, because when a woman's pregnant, the man's pregnant. The man starts to feel like he has to be the hero, the provider, yeah, and start providing everything. So he starts getting confused. He starts saying silly things, and you know, he doesn't know what he's saying sometimes. Just like the woman, she has her problems too, and she starts doing things out of the ordinary. Men do things also out of the ordinary. They might take a double job, and you're saying you don't need to take a double job. You need to spend more time with me. He feels that he needs to take a double job with you, so he can look after you. Yeah, he starts thinking of all these things. He starts tidying up the house. What they call it for women, they call it nesting. Men always also do nesting. Don't get confused. It's not just you. Yeah, women, it's not just you. Men have the same thing. So when you feel that you've been hurt, the men also get hurt too. It's not a one-way situation. We're both in the same thing. Yeah, but the thing is, you need to communicate. And what you don't need, yeah, is people who've been through it before, like mothers and fathers who are your mothers and fathers and step parents and things like that, coming in and chatting rubbish, yeah, telling you things that they